All right, Frank, you ready for this?
Yes.
Gene, the dancing machine, wants to know, legally, what is the number of days I have to accept or deny a counteroffer from the bank on a short sale?
Whatever time frame they give you.
So it's always different?
They're going to have standards. I don't deal as much with short sale as I do with foreclosure, but usually with foreclosure, you've got about 48 hours to respond. If you don't respond, then they could basically reject your offer as a whole because you didn't meet their timeline. And that's fair because
48 hours isn't that fair, really, when you think about it. What if you do it on a Friday? Is that 48 business hours?
You put a lot of time into writing the offer and researching the home. Now you've got 48 hours after you've done all your research to think about whether you want to go up in price. I think it's enough time.
But a counteroffer comes at you, and then you've got to send the counteroffer as a representative of the bank and the seller, and you've got to give it to that agent. Then that agent has to get a hold of the people and give them the information. Then they have to make some kind of an educated decision.
But when you submit the initial offer, you're giving the seller. Now the banks are a little bit different, but you're giving the seller like 72 hours standard to respond, or else the offer is no good.
Yeah.
When you make your original offer, it has a contingency that you have to make. You have to either accept or deny within this period of time, or my offer is no good.
Yeah.
So
48 hours, I mean, you said it as if it's kind of standard in the foreclosure side.
Yeah.
Foreclosures and short sales mirror each other in a lot of ways. Is that really a fair amount of time to accept a counteroffer? It's like
absolutely.
It's like saying, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god."
You know what?
I think when you make the offer, you already know what your tolerance for.
Well, like once I get the counters from the seller, I don't play any games. That minute I'm sending them out because I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, I didn't have enough time," and so on and so forth. 9 out of 10 people come back the next day. They already know what they want to do or what they're going to do.
And if it's a short sale, usually they're waiting.
Yeah,
plus counters are inches; they're not feet.
Yeah,
so it's usually I want 3% seller concessions, and the bank says, "Well, we'll give you 2." Yeah. Or something like that. It's not you're making an offer and you're saying I want it for this price, and the bank's saying no, $50,000 less. You wouldn't even get a counter offer if you were that far off. So counters are
not from the banks. The banks counter everybody. You can bid $1 on a house and they're going to send you highest and
blanket
best.
counters, right? Which we already talked about. How
and that was
evil
just silly.
Is.
It's just ridiculous.
Because you can't give a number, because if 10 people put an offer and 10 people come back and say yes to that number, then where are you? You're right back at the start. You got to figure out a process of elimination.
That's what makes it ridiculous.
So you let people control their destiny by coming back with their highest and best bid, and then you start separating who's...
See, if they took the top 5 and did a blanket counter on the top 5, that's cool. But if they just send it to everybody, that's crap.
See?
Because
we think you're crazy.
I just had a house go into escrow. The buyer who got it, their offer was $50,000 under the list price.
But it was all.
And then when they countered, they came back and hit the list price. I had no idea they'd do that, but they did, and they got the property.
Bam.
So
that's why the banks just do it generally like that, because they can't, it's unpredictable.
It's a silly game. It's a silly game.
I take back everything that I said. That's a great negotiator.
You're lying.
If they came back and offered list price, then it worked.
Of course, I told the selling agent, it's a miracle. Your buyer came up with $50,000, and he says, well, right now you got to go for it. You got to try. If the seller said yes, we got a super deal. If they didn't, well, we know where we really could be or want to be, and we really want the house. So you got to go for it right now in this market.
You do.
The more you know.
Okay, fine.